So guys, this is the DJI Mini 4 Pro, and as the looks of it, it still looks like pretty new. It doesn't look like it was released a while ago. And yes, I do have the equipped ND filter, which you can see there. So yeah, as you can see, it's the size of a palm, literally. It's not that. You can literally grip it from your hand, and it's $249 right under the regulations. And even though, okay, if you are from the USA, you could get this. Like, you don't need license to fly this, but like in most of the countries, you still need to get this license. Not the drone, but you as a person need a license. But in some countries, you need a license for the drone as well, and the operator. So that's a downside if you're looking. But if you're from the USA, it's bingo for you. It's great for you if you want to fly it and the USA. And as for me, I'm based in the Middle East, and even though you have this, you still need to get license. Even though in the DJI Mini 5 Pro and the newer models, you could get this, like these automatically, like once you fold this, it automatically turns on. But in the Mini 4 Pro, it does not. You gotta turn this on by, clicking that. So you gotta click twice, and there you go. In terms of build quality, even though it's plastic, because they had to keep it down 250, so they had to be plastic, but overall it is pretty good. And you can see it comes up with omnidirectional sensing. So there's one sensor there, and another sensor there, another one there, and again there's landing chair as well. They got LiDAR sensors here, so even though you could like land in the night, but sadly you don't have LiDAR sensors anywhere else. So if you're flying at night, you don't get the omnidirectional sensing. On the Mini 5 Pro, they get a LiDAR sensor right here. I'm not sure if it's right here or something. So like here and there. So when it's going forward, it won't collide with anything at night, but this, it won't. But landing, you got a LiDAR sensor, so whenever you're landing, you don't need to worry about landing, because you got LiDAR, and there's a flashlight as well. So it flashes once you're like around 2 meters, 1 meters above, and it's pretty bright. And these are sensors again. And if I were to show you the batteries, so I'm gonna turn this off. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the batteries now. So guys, that is the official battery. It's under 249, but with this you get around 20 minutes flight time, 15 minutes roughly. And I've been flying this for 2 years now, and I had to say this lasts around 10 minutes now as the battery degraded. But that's the extended flight package. You could get this. It's way heavier, so once you put this back in there, it's not under 250 grams anymore. But you get extended flight time, obviously, so that's around 30 to 40 minutes. But for me, once I started, I get around 30 minutes. Yeah, because you had to go back and come back, and you gotta save battery, but it's pretty solid. 30 minutes flight time with a drone like this, which is this tiny, it's really useful. And again, once you put this back in, it's not gonna fall under the 250 limit. But yeah, it's pretty handy to have one. And again, in terms of build quality, even though this is plastic, you have to say it's pretty good, because I've crashed this around multiple times into a tree, into a concrete wall, into a metal pole, literally. And yeah, it still works fine. And the only thing I had was I think that was from the collision. And this thing, it's a bit, it's a bit overlapped because I crashed it, obviously, but it works great. And so when I crash, obviously the sad reality is when you get one crash, you need to replace these propellers, which is $20 for the whole pair, and you get an extra 4 pair as well. I had to say, even though I crashed this many times, I did not have any issues, just minor issues. Even though like when I crashed, it was like 3 times. I was just learning how to fly it, and these were like half broken, and like they were gone, literally, like it's all damaged, and it still managed to fly. So you could say that the motor is very strong. And this has level 5 wind resistance, and it handles fine, to be honest. Like everywhere I fly it manages fine, so you don't have to worry about it. And the good thing is, unlike other drones, which are like really cheap, I know this is quite expensive for a starter point, but this get a GPS locked in. So once you like fly it up, it does not go anywhere. It stays in one place locked in. So that's a good thing if you want to fly the drone. Okay guys, so I had this sitting around for a while. I bought this in 2019, it was quite a while back, and this, I'll show you. Okay, this cost around $50, not $50, around $40, I had to say. But yeah, as you can see, it's just full of dust and dirt. It was just sitting on my drawer. I never used it, but that was my first ever drone I got. And this, okay, for $40, trust me, it was it was okay. It's for a startup, it was fine. But this obviously did not have any GPS locks or anything like that. Once the wind flows, it just goes away with the wind. And again, this camera is very bad. It was 720 pixels, and yeah, it was 40 bucks. If I knew earlier, I wouldn't spend this much. But like as a beginner, you gotta start with something, right? And yeah, I'm not sure if these still work, but I'm just gonna try. But I don't think it'll work. Oh, this is quite surprising because I haven't flown this in quite some time, like I had to say around 5 years, and it still works, surprisingly. And as the batteries, these are very tiny compared to the DJI. Okay, that's the DJI. Okay, I'll compare these two first. So that is the, yeah, so I'll remove these for a better view. So that is the budget drone you get from AliExpress and all that, and somehow it's fine. But okay, look at the size comparison. Okay, as you can see, that's the difference. And if I turn this on as well, okay, in terms of build quality, this plastic and this plastic, you could really sense a difference, because this is, you could like bend this, see? But like this, you cannot easily bend this. It's pretty strong for a plastic. Again, these two are nowhere close. I know it's like 10 times the price of that, but not 10 times, around 8 times. But this, you cannot compete with this compared to that. But like as a beginner, what I would say is do not waste your money on such things. But like if you're scared, of course, go with something like that. But I would strongly say go with DJI, or there's this other brand. I forgot the name at the moment, but I'll pop this in here right now so you can see the brands. But there's around 2-3 brands, like reliable brands as a beginner. But I had to say, a good beginner drone, it's at least around USD, it's around $199. So that's the reality. But that, of course, you can get one of these on AliExpress for like 40 bucks, 30 bucks, yeah. And the other thing was, for this drone, for the internal storage, you get 2 gigs, but on the DJI Mini 5 Pro, you get, I think you get extended space around 62 gigs. Like this, you definitely need a SD card, which I'm going to show you there. So yeah, you do need SD card, sadly. But it is quite fine. It's worth it, to be honest. But for when buying one, you need to be careful of which one to get, as it records 4K 60 FPS, so you do need a strong SSD. This costed me around 20 bucks. Yeah, around 20 bucks. It's 64 gigs. You could get more, but usually this, I had to say, when I'm recording, I had to always back up everything to my hard disk each time, because it's 64 gigs and at 4K 60 FPS, trust me, it takes a lot of space. And yeah, I would say get something more. Like for me personally, I got 64 because I wasn't bothered. But if you have a strong shooter, I say you gotta go for something bigger. And the sad thing is, it's not waterproof or water resistant, but in a like a slight drizzle, it's fine to fly it. But if this thing catches water or sand, that's gonna go away, sadly. And this again, the drone might be in trouble as well. But the SSD, you gotta be careful, because you don't get the covers like in the DJI Air or other specs. Like in the mini series, you do not get the covers, so it's very vulnerable for water or sand or any, yeah. And also, there's one thing I want to mention here, but like if you're in somewhere like this in a sandy environment, I prefer you put something flat against the ground and then fly it, like the box, for example. So you put your drone there and fly it. It's very safe to fly it like that, because let's say you're in like a grass field, right? So when these propellers spin, these catch off grass particles, and it's going to be a mess. And it's not good for the motors as well, because it catches friction. And yeah, because you see these motors right up there. So this can like rip apart when there's like too much force on it. But yeah, and again, back then I used to fly it in the, even though I had this in, like it still caught some sand on there, but that's the only thing. But again, internally I don't think it went in. Like here there's some sand, and there, yeah, but as long as that doesn't get internally, you're fine, I say. But just be careful when you're flying it.
And guys, if you guys want a comparison, you could go to the DJI site and you could compare any drone. Apparently, like you can choose anything, literally, like there's every version there. And as for the DJI Mini 4, you get quite some features. As for that, let's go to the important bit, which is the video, which you get around here. So as for me, videos have been like a big factor for me as I record many things. I gotta say, the Mini 4 Pro is amazing at what it does. Photos and videos is perfect. I'll put on the videos and you can see like how good it is and all that. And yeah, it's quite similar, to be honest, but the DJI Mini 5 Pro, it does flows and does ups. As for the Mini 5 Pro, you get the LiDAR sensors. So that's the older generation and that's the newer generation. So the differences are you get more flight time obviously, and you get 2 LiDAR sensors there, and you do not get LiDAR. Even though you have LiDAR underneath of the drone, you get ones there as well. And these propellers, you could take them apart by just clicking them, but here you need screwdrivers, so you cannot use that. Overall, it's quite the same. This is LiDAR, and then, oh yes, the camera is 1 inch, and this is not 1 inch. Yeah, you could go to the DJI site and you could compare everything. Okay guys, so the final verdict, I had to say DJI Mini 4 Pro is a great buy in 2026. As for the new version, the DJI Mini 5 Pro, right now in 2026 and July, it goes around $700 for the Mini 5 Pro. But right now for the Mini 4 Pro, it goes around 400 to 500. Even you could get it even cheaper for 300. You could get used. Mostly it's going to be used. You could get from stuff like eBay, Amazon. You could get great offers from there. And eBay, if you go in refurbished, you could get even cheaper, around 300 margin. And you could even look for used, it goes around the same margin. But is the DJI Mini 5 Pro worth the bump, which is like $200-300? Me personally, I wouldn't say so, because you only get the LiDARs in the front, and then extended flight time, and then retractable propellers, and some more advanced stuff. But it's not worth 200 or 300 worth of upgrades, I have to say. But overall, it's good. Like compared to other rivals such as Potensec and again the DJI Neo, which is around $170. You can't compete with the DJI Mini 4 Pro. It's still up to date right now. And for the camera, you can still get 4K 60 FPS. As for now, it's very good and it's up to date. And I had to say, the HDR you get, it's not as good as the HDR you get in the iPhones, but it's decent. But it's not as good as the ones you get in the iPhone. But there's color grading, which you could use the app Lightcut. It's also featured in the app, and you could try on different color logs. But I prefer the D-Log M. That's like one of the best. And again, you get ActiveTrack 360 and 20 km range, but roughly you fly around 3 km away from you max. And still, it's future-proof for now, as for 2026. Again, it falls on the 250 gram limit, and then yeah, for pro drones such as the DJI Mavic 3 Pro, like 4 Pro, they're like way too advanced, such as it's around $2,000. So as for $400 and $3,000, I had to say DJI Mini 4 Pro is worth it, really worth it, even though you still get around the same, but on the flagship model you get a better sensor, and it's Hasselblad, so it's a much better sensor. But yeah, it's much stronger in the van, and the thing is, it's bigger, it's more than 500 grams, so therefore you had to register it, and there's more fees and all that. But yeah, as for DJI Mini 4 Pro, is a great drone for now. Yep, it is still the king, and I would recommend buying it. As for 2026, as for 2 years after using it, I've never faced any issues. It worked great, and yeah, it's a must-have if you travel a lot or if you just looking out for a hobby. I had to say it's really a good gadget to buy. Yeah, thanks guys, and thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. It's gonna help the channel grow. And if there's any other tech video I should do, just comment down below. I'll get onto it. Thanks.